Here we have for sale our August 2020 on a 20 plate Citroen Berlingo Enterprise. This is the 1.5 blue HDI 75 brake horsepower short wheelbase panel van. It's the 650 model, which relates to its payload of 650 kilograms. And what we're going to do in this video is have a little walk around. I'll show you the spec that you get on a Berlingo Enterprise of this age. And we'll also talk you through the condition of this particular example, seeing as it is currently available for sale at the time of recording. So starting here then at the rear of the vehicle, we can see that this one is spec'd with rear barn doors. What I mean by that, two doors which open like so. On a Berlingo, you get a sort of a 60-40 split on the rear doors. And on an Enterprise, you get parking sensors nicely integrated into the rear bumper. In terms of condition here at the back of the van, there's a very minor scratch just there on the rear doors, but that is being quite critical. That is very small, but otherwise rear doors looking very, very clean and tidy indeed. If we open up the rear barn doors, we can then start to have a look at some of the spec and condition inside here. One thing I'd like to point your attention to is this little yellow arm down here. When you open the door, give that a pull, and that allows you then to open the door right out to its full 180-degree position to give you maximum accessibility into the rear. As standard, they will just lock into place there like so at 90 degrees, but as I say, if you just sort of pull the door slightly towards you, give that a pull, you can then open the door right out there to the full 180 degrees. So this best allows me then to show you the condition inside here. So you can see that the van is fully ply lined. That is there, of course, to protect the vehicle from any cargo in the back from slamming around into the side of the van. But you can certainly see that this hasn't had a hard life. This vehicle is one owner from new, but as I say, certainly doesn't appear to have had heavy use. Nice tie-down points here in the floor of the vehicle, of course, to strap that cargo down. And in terms of, as I say, condition here, these sort of exposed metal areas, these are sort of prime areas which will show if a vehicle has had a hard life, and you can just see how clean and tidy that is. In the back then, we've also got the factory fitted bulkhead, which of course can be removed. They are just bolted in around the outside, and it's got the all important load hatch just there as well. To give this vehicle to actually one point, if you were maybe going to put some trunking or copper or something like that, you can actually just about get a 3-meter length in a van of this size, which is just incredible for a small van. If we shut the rear barn doors, we'll continue to go around the outside, and then moving then down the passenger side of the vehicle, just having a good look here, having a look in the reflections down the side of the van to look for any dents or ripples or scratches, anything like that, which I can see. I'll gladly point them out to you, but I must say it's looking very, very clean and tidy indeed. Large fuel cap on a Berlingo, and the reason for that is that you have of course the diesel and also the AdBlue top-up in there. The reason it's got AdBlue is because this vehicle is Euro 6, so you can take this vehicle into the ultra-low emissions zone areas such as central London without having to pay the ultra-low emissions zone charge. If we open up the side loading door, so an Enterprise comes as standard with a side loading door, we can have a look at the load area from this angle, and you can see just how clean and tidy that is in the back of there. And then this gives us a closer look then at the bulkhead, and more importantly, this load through hatch. So at the top of the hatch, you have this little yellow tab just here. Give that a twist to the side. That allows you then to drop the hatch down flat. And then if I open up the passenger door here, this gives you a first look inside the cab. But I'd also like to show you on top of the seat here, while I just turn the radio down, there's a little blue tab just up here. Give that a pull, and that drops the seat down to its flat position. You've got a metal back on the back of the passenger seat, and as I say, that allows you then to load all the way through from the back of the van right the way into basically the passenger footwell. And as I say, I measured this actually earlier with a customer, and as I say, it's around 3 meters, which is very impressive for a van of this size. While we're here then, we'll have a look at some of the other spec and condition here in the cab. So just having a good look here at the passenger seat, all looking very, very good. I did notice one tiny little sort of scag just there to the edge of that seat, but again, being quite critical, there's nothing else on them. It all looks in really, really good order. Now these seats have quite a lot of versatility. It's not just folding this one down, but if you look at this little yellow tab just here, give that a pull, that allows you to actually lift the base of it up, which reveals the toolkit and obviously opens this area up a lot more. You can pull the middle seat up as well, which gives you some extra storage then in the middle. And you've even then got another little blue tab just here. If we give that a pull, we can actually then fold the middle seat down to give you a bit of a work tray just here as well. This actually moves forward as well, so slides forward, makes it more convenient there. But as I say, if you're travelling comfortably there with two people, you've got a nice work tray in the middle if you need it to sort of rest your arm or paperwork or something like that. Looking at the passenger door card, all in really good condition just there. We do have a glove box, which is just there. We can see that we have got the wallet in there as well, sort of hidden away. And then looking just down here underneath, another cubby hole under there as well. Down the bottom here we do have a 12-volt socket just located a bit further down. And if I move this sheet out of the way, you could just see how clean and tidy the floor is there as well. Bonnet release is on the passenger side here in the UK. Moving then further around the vehicle, I say in terms of condition here, it's looking very, very clean and tidy. Enterprise does come with these wheel trims on this van. They're all looking in very good condition. You may find the odd small mark here or there, but all in all, looking very nice indeed. You also get front fog lights, which I think really does set a vehicle off, especially when they are needed. They do look very nice when they're on. I say not to get into the habit of using them all the time, but they do look very nice when they're on. In terms of condition here, at the front of the vehicle, a couple of very minor stone chips, I guess as to be expected with any vehicle, but certainly nothing severe. That's probably the worst just there. Looking at the front bumper, sort of plastic here of the front bumper, again, looking very nice indeed. As I say, considering the mileage of this vehicle, which I will show you in just a second, it is in exceptional order throughout, it must be said. Looking then down the driver's side, and again, just using those reflections where available, no real issues there at all. Looking very nice indeed. If we open up the driver's door then, we can have a look at the spec and condition inside here, because these do really have a very impressive spec on an Enterprise. Driver's door card, again, all looking very good condition. Electric windows, electric mirrors up here on top of the driver's door. Look at the driver's seat, you have plenty of adjustability here on the driver's seat, and there's certainly no excessive wear to that seat at all, looking in really nice order. The floor there, again, no wear at all to that I can see. Lovely flat bottom steering wheel, feels very modern. The steering is exceptionally light on these new Berlingos, which really does just make them a pleasure and very easy to drive. Fuel economy figures, the combined figure on these is around 50 miles per gallon. They are really very good on fuel. We've got auto activated lights, cruise control. If you go over to the right hand side here, you've got radio controls here behind the steering wheel as well. If we look at the mileage, 60,647 miles. And we've got a bit of extra storage up here on top of the dashboard as well. 5-speed manual gearbox to go along with that 75 brake horsepower engine. We have an electronic handbrake, which can sound daunting, but really is very easy to use and you get used to it very, very quickly. Looking then into the middle, we have air conditioning and heated wing mirrors. And a lovely feature is that you have this screen in the middle here. As you can see, we do have DAB radio on here, but we've also got Apple CarPlay as well. So I've got my phone plugged in here to the USB port, which is on the bottom of the screen, and you've got Apple CarPlay. So you can use the features such as the little navigation button there, which I've just pressed, and that will take you straight to the Apple Maps feature on Apple CarPlay. You've also got Android Auto on this as well for any Android users. But if you have had this on a vehicle before, you'll know just how user-friendly and fantastic it is. Once you've had this in a vehicle, it's quite difficult to go back, actually. But yeah, you can listen to all your music on here, your podcasts. As I say, you can navigate via Apple Maps or even Google Maps or Waze if you want to, whichever you prefer. So very, very nice system to have. So just to summarise, this is a one owner from new, August 2020 on a 20 plate. Citroen Berlingo Enterprise, it's the 650 model, so it means it's got a 650 kilogram payload, 1.5 litre blue HDI, so blue HDI meaning AdBlue, which means it's Euro 6, so you can take this into, as I say, places like central London or Manchester and not have to pay the relevant emissions charge that you would do on an older van, sort of pre-2016. This is the short wheelbase, so just to quickly run through the spec on the Enterprise, you get air conditioning, auto lights, cruise control, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, DAB radio, and of course Bluetooth phone prep as well. Rear parking sensors, front fog lights. You get a side loading door, wheel trims, and of course this one is ply lined as well. This vehicle has been right through our workshop for a full service, so we've changed all the filters including rear pads. So as I say, we have been right through it for a clean bill of health, so the vehicle is ready to drive away today. If you would like to see the full advert of this vehicle, including the price, because it is very competitively priced, this vehicle, you can head over to our website if you haven't already, bridgeendvans.co.uk. We'll of course welcome inquiries through there, and you can also give us a call on either of the numbers listed here at the bottom of the sign. We can arrange finance on all of our vehicles at very competitive rates for private individuals and limited companies. We can say cars or vans in part exchange, and we can also arrange nationwide delivery. Thank you very much for watching.